We are gonna hit VTEC for the first time. That's funny. Well guys, it's kind of a bittersweet day. Getting rid of the hatch. So let's talk about it.
I get the shivers whenever I'm thinking about you. Just wanna leave and live without you. Be on my own again. I get the shivers whenever you go out of line, yeah. I feel it creeping down my spine, yeah. Wanna be alone again.
As you guys just heard in the intro, we're getting rid of the hatch. Now a lot of people might be wondering, why are you getting rid of the hatch? And the simple answer is, I'm just kind of bored with it. Me being bored with this car is overall the main reason why I want to get rid of it and move into something else. But don't worry, what we're moving into is very similar. It's just a whole lot better for a lot of reasons. Now, what kind of started this whole thing, I was doing a little bit of research on different models of the EK, like the HX and the EX, all that good stuff. And I realized that the 99 to 2000 EX models have VTEC. And I know you guys are probably hearing me saying that, going like, oh bro, it's a 20 horsepower difference, who cares, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. I'm not moving on to an EX because I want VTEC and I think VTEC is so fast and I think the car is gonna be just insane. I'm not doing that. There's many reasons why I wanna move on to an EX, and we're gonna talk about it. So one of the reasons why I wanna get a 99 to 2000 EX Coupe is I'm a little bit of a weirdo and I like things to kind of be matching, sort of. And I believe that the Coupe will match a little bit better or complement my Impreza better than this car does, right? So this car is a hatchback, which I love. It's awesome. It's definitely better than a coupe in terms of practicality, but I think it would just be sweet to open up the garage and see two coupes from two brands that I love. So that's kind of the more I guess you could say, dumb reason why I want to get rid of this car and get a coupe, but there's also a lot more reasons. Number one, the EXs have way more options. Power windows, power locks, power steering, sunroof. Like, there's so many different things between this car, which is a CX, which is the base model, all the way up to an EX. This car has manual windows, manual locks, doesn't have power steering. The only option that this car came with was AC, which I'm grateful for because I need AC. But I just want to move on to the EX because it's a little bit more modernized. It's got a little bit more quality of life features that I like. And then with the 99 to 2000, you get the D16Y8, which has a VTEC head on it. The D16Y7, which is in this car, does not. It's very, very small power difference, but I believe it would be enough power to make merging onto the highway a little bit easier, because this car merging onto the highway, trying to pass somebody on a 2-lane road, is just ridiculously difficult. It's super slow. It's borderline not safe, to be honest, because you can't really get up to speed quick enough to get around somebody or pass somebody or merge on the interstate. So a little bit of bump in power may do some good. Obviously, I've never driven an EX with a Y8, so I don't really know. I'm just kind of taking a shot in the dark here and guessing. But I mean, that's kind of my thought process on it. So I've kind of rambled on here a little bit. We'll do a little bit of a recap. The main reasonings why I want to get rid of this car and get a 99 to 2000 EX Coupe is, one, I'm just a little bit bored with the hatch. Two, I think it'll complement my Impreza a little bit better. And three, it's a little bit more modernized. It has a little bit more quality of life features, and those are kind of the things that I'm looking for. I've had this car listed on Facebook Marketplace for a little over a week now, and I gotta be honest, the amount of lowballs and crazy offers that I've been getting are insane. Obviously, when you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace, you as the seller, you want to make the most amount of money that you can, and the buyer wants to spend the least amount of money that they can. So you have to find that happy median where both of you end up walking away feeling good about it. So me personally, I list cars way high. I list them way higher than they're truly worth, and the reason why I did that this time was because I wanted to trade the car. I didn't want to deal with selling this car, finding another one, and going and buying it, because this is my daily driver. I wanted to trade it so I could have a smooth transition, no 3-4 days without a daily driver. I just wanted to trade it and move on. So I listed the car high. I'm not going to go into details about what I listed it for, but I listed it high, and in my description I said I want to trade this car for this. Clearly the internet doesn't understand anything about selling cars and the way that works, and the Honda community is definitely, I mean, they will jump down your neck so fast because they don't like your price. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I posted this car on Facebook Marketplace and a couple of different Facebook groups that I'm in, and the amount of just hate and disrespect and just absolute, like, people just being complete assholes for no reason is just mind-blowing. So I want to say this for those of you who are the type of people who go on Facebook posts and make a comment about, you know, the price on a car and stuff like that. Shut up. Anyways, I've said this twice now. I'm rambling a lot, but we are currently on the way to go meet the guy. I believe it's a 99. It might be a 2000, but it's a 99 EX Coupe. 5-speed, all the good stuff. Exactly what I want. Same color as this car. And he seems super excited about the hatch. He knows about the fact that it has a dent on the side. He knows about all of that. The guy's still super excited to trade. So hopefully his car ends up being just as nice as mine as far as like drivability goes, and we can make a trade and make it work out. I'm gonna film as much of this as I possibly can, show you guys the car, give you a little walk around, we'll do some driving with it, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you in a bit. Well, this is it. We're here at the meetup location. This might be the last time in the hatch. Bittersweet. So we'll wait for the guy to get here. I'll try to film some if he's cool with it, and then we'll see how it goes. Well guys, we got it.
We started out on a Wednesday and I couldn't figure out why you would be mad at me. Whoa. shivers. Whenever I'm thinking about you, just wanna leave and live without you. Be on my own again. I get the shivers. Whenever you go out of line, yeah. I feel it creeping down my spine, yeah. Wanna be alone again.
Well guys, we did it. We finally made it back home. About 2 hours later, car drove awesome, and we're gonna kind of go ahead and do a walk around. So overall, the car's pretty clean. It's got some clear coat fading in some areas, like right here, a bunch of paint chips on the hood. Let me know down in the comments if these are factory fog lights. Somebody made a comment on Facebook saying that they were, so I don't know. Let me know if you're a Honda guy. But yeah, I mean, overall, the body is in great shape. Nothing too crazy to complain about. I threw these hubcaps on just for the thumbnail. They don't really stay on, so I gotta take them off. But as you guys know, we have Koseis to throw on this. I did not trade my hatchback with the Koseis. I got to keep them, so that's good. It has OEM mud flaps, which is awesome. That's something that I was actually planning on buying. I didn't realize this car had it. It also has WeatherTech rain guards, which is super sweet. They're not exactly on there, are they? Some clear coat failure on the bumper. Nothing crazy. I mean, everything is there, pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood for you guys. Check this out. This car has 370,000 miles and this isn't broken. That's crazy. And here's the engine bay. Stupid clean for 370,000 miles. We do have an oil leak somewhere right around here. It's probably the valve cover gasket or the distributor O-ring, which is the same thing that was on my hatchback. When I showed the guy mine, he said, oh, no problem, mine has the same thing, so no worries there. But yeah, I mean, literally everything's there. It's bone stock, exactly what I wanted. I mean, this is the perfect car. This is exactly what I wanted. So here's the cool thing though, right? I know a lot of you guys are probably saying to yourselves, 370,000 miles, that's insane. Well, first of all, look at how thick this book of maintenance receipts is. And also, look at this. So the guy gave this to me. He bought it from, I want to say the original owner or the second owner, probably the second owner, considering that the maintenance starts at 136,000 miles. But check this out. Look at this. Look at all of this, like, recorded data for mileage. I don't know what each column means. I know we've got a mileage. I know we've got a date. Oh, it's this column is miles per gallon. I think this is something to do with, he was like keeping track of miles per gallon. But if you scroll through, Jesus Christ. If you flip through, I mean, every so often, it's got things like he did the fuel filter, cleaned battery terminals, Royal Purple 10W30 oil filter change. I mean, it's insane how much is here. I mean, this goes on all the way up from 136,000 miles to 268, which is what the guy I got it from, that's the mileage when he got it. Or I'm sorry, 368,000 miles, not 268. I mean, this is insane. 307,000 miles in February of 2015. Look, he even wrote down the cost of gas. In February of 2016, he filled up with $15.61 at $1.60 per gallon. But look at this. This is insane. I've never seen this before. Sorry if the camera's going a little off. I mean, he wrote down every single time he like filled up and like recorded how many miles he got on that tank,
how much he paid for the tank of gas, when he did it, how many gallons he filled up with, how much it was per gallon. Like, look at this, all the way up until 368,000 miles, 368,249 miles. And that was, looks like January of 2021, which I would assume is when he sold this car to the guy that I got it from.
And if you look, that means the guy that I got it from hardly put any miles on it.
Unless he just kind of continued this on. I don't know. So, I haven't looked through the rest of this. There's nothing else there. But I mean, that's insane. Look at that. Power steering belt, 56,000. Like, this is crazy. He wrote down every single thing. I mean, from the time this thing had 136,000 miles, he wrote down basically everything gas related. Like every fill up, he wrote this down. From, hold on, let's check the date. At 140,767 miles. And that was September 20th, 2007. And if you look here at 137, it says August 5th, 2007. So this guy probably bought the car around August 2007 and drove it until January 2021. That's what, 15, 16 years? I'm really bad at math off the top of my head. But for 15 plus years, this dude wrote down every single gas fill up. That's crazy. I wish I could figure out the guy's name who owned this and just talk to him and be like, yo, how? Anyways, enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and throw that back in there. I haven't looked through these maintenance records, but I can go ahead and tell you right now, there is a whole lot of them. Whole lot. But that'll be for another video. Maybe we'll do a video where we take all the numbers from that little book and add them up, maybe see how much has been spent on gas, how many gallons of gas has gone through this car. Just some weird number crunching stuff. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And then maybe another video we'll go through this maintenance record book and see what all has been done to this car in the past. But let me just explain. If I would have went to look at this car and saw that, and there wouldn't have been this fat book of maintenance and that book, I wouldn't have bought the car. I mean, even though I drove it, it drives fine, it runs good, it's a nice driving car, that's some serious mileage, right? And you know, to me, just having those two things and being able to see that this thing has been cared for and taken care of, obviously there's plenty of things that are worn out and need to be replaced and stuff like that, but mechanically this thing has been very, very, very well cared for. And obviously it's a Honda, and Hondas will literally run forever if you take care of them. So I just felt really good about it. So here's the interior. Again, everything is exactly the way it was when I got the car. So I have done nothing. I haven't even cleaned it. So you're seeing everything just as I did when I picked it up. Go ahead and take a look in the trunk. It's got this nice like WeatherTech kind of floor mat in the back. All the trim is here. Speakers. I only got 3 hubcaps. He said they lost one on the drive to meet me. They had to drive an hour, I had to drive 2.5, but I told him that was fine. I was willing to drive more just because I really wanted the car. But the only thing that looks a little weird is whatever's going on in this. It's like painted, and I don't know what that is. I've looked inside here and I don't see anything that would suggest this car has been through some body work. Maybe they covered all this with some new like sealant so it didn't rust. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That definitely wasn't there on my hatch, but you know. But yeah, I mean, this is the car. We're gonna be diving straight into so much content on this thing, guys. I haven't been excited about a car this much since I bought my Impreza, and that's been over a year ago. This is the kind of stuff I live for. I've been on Facebook Marketplace every 5 seconds, it felt like, for the last 2 weeks trying to find one of these cars, and it worked out great. Clean title, no body damage, couple small dents, Silver was definitely not my first choice. I really wanted a white one, but I took what I could get, and this is what I ended up with. So that's pretty much gonna do it on the introduction video of the new 2000 Honda Civic EX Coupe. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and you're super pumped about this series as I am. And I think we're gonna finish the video off with some GoPro footage of hitting VTEC for the first time. So let's do it.
We'll go third gear, floor it. That's funny. That's interesting. That was my first time hitting VTEC, dude. Sick. I didn't get into it the whole time I drove home because I didn't want to end up stranded, just in case. But that was it. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode on the new Civic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know that I am super pumped about this car and super excited to dive into it and start giving it my own touch, cleaning it up, making it look better. Not sure what we're gonna do first yet. Actually, I lied, we're gonna put the Koses on it, but after that, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next. We're gonna have to sit down and figure out sort of a plan of action on this car. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.